spooky Christmas story. Okay, you all know what spooky is? Frightening spooky, okay? So let's see, why? Why is it a spooky story? Okay, let's see why. Well, because in Victorian times, Christmas was celebrated differently. Do you know when it was? Victorian times, the Victorian age? Do you know when it was? No? It was in the 19th century. So in the 19th century, people loved spooky stories, spooky, frightening stories, okay? And they were really passionate about spooky Christmas stories. For example, Dickens' Christmas Carol is from the Victorian age. James Joyce, okay, he has a short story, which is The Dead, from the Victorian age. So my story is from that age as well. It's very short, okay? So the 19th story, okay, so as I said, people loved spooky Christmas stories. So, Christmas in the shadows. Let's see whether you like it, okay? Now silence please, because otherwise you're not going to understand anything. No? Okay, so it was Christmas Eve in the small town of Hollow. Snow covered the streets, and lights shone in every window. Clara, a 15-year-old girl, was excited. Her parents had gone to visit her grandparents, leaving her alone for the night. She was all alone. She didn't mind. She loved being alone. Then Clara made some hot chocolate in a mug. Okay, and she was next to a Christmas tree which sparkled with lights, and the sound of people singing Christmas songs, carols outside. She heard everything, okay? Everything felt peaceful, nice, at home with her child. And maybe she wanted to eat some cookies as well as she had stored. But then at 11 o'clock at night, Clara heard a strange noise. It came from the backyard. Tap, tap, tap. She froze, holding her mug. What was that? It's just the wind, she said to herself, trying to stay calm. But the noise didn't sound like the wind. She got up and walked to the window. The snow in the backyard was untouched. There was nothing. Nothing seemed wrong. She looked carefully but saw nothing. She laughed a little. I'm being silly, she thought, and went back to the fireplace. About an hour later, Clara heard the noise again, and this time it was louder. Tap, tap, tap. And it sounded like someone was knocking on the window. Her heart started beating faster. She stood up and walked slowly to the kitchen to get a knife. And she walked and tried to see where the sound was coming from. And at the kitchen window, Clara stopped. The snow in the yard wasn't untouched anymore. There were footprints in the snow leading to the window. The prints were large and deep. She thought they must have been boots. So Clara felt a chill. Whew, she was so frightened. She looked at the gate. It was locked, just as it been earlier. The gate was locked, but footprints in the snow. How could someone get in? Past the gate, how strange. She turned on the lights in the backyard, but no one was there. And the footprints ended at the door. How strange. She tried to call her parents, but her phone had no signal. There's never any signal when you need it, right? That's strange, she said. The signal usually works perfectly. Then the clock struck midnight, 12 o'clock at night, and Clara felt tired. The fire was getting low, and the room was quiet. She was just about to close her eyes when she heard another sound. This time it wasn't a knock. It was a soft scratching, like someone was scratching on the glass, like nails. You don't really hear it, but nails on the glass. You know what I mean, right? Okay. So, again, she picked up her knife. Oh my gosh, what is it? She moved the curtain. There was nothing outside again. What is scratching the window? So, Clara breathed. I'm imagining things. There's nothing there. It must be a branch, something. But then she turned away from the window and she saw something. In the reflection of the glass, she saw a shadow. It moved behind her, near the Christmas tree. Clara spun around. At first, she didn't see anything. But then, in the dim light, she saw it. A tall figure, dark figure, near the tree. And it was wearing black. Its arms were long and thin. Its face was hidden. Wait a second. Its face was hidden under a hood. Okay, so this is a hood, guys. I can bear it. Okay, its face was hidden behind a hood. So you couldn't see its face. Okay, dark, tall figure. You couldn't see its face. Who are you? She asked, her voice shaking. The figure didn't answer. It took one step toward her. The room felt colder. She could see her breath. Please, leave me alone! The figure raised one long arm and pointed at her. And Clara heard a low whisper that seemed to come from the air. You shouldn't be alone tonight. Its voice was like the wind, soft but chill. Then the lights went out completely. They were all dark. It was all dark. Clara screamed, "Wham!" and closed her eyes. Oh gosh, waiting for something to happen. And after a moment of silence, she opened them again. The lights were back on, and the figure was gone. The room looked normal again. The Christmas tree with its lights, everything was normal. But still, Clara didn't feel safe. So she stayed awake all night, sitting by the fire, with a knife in her hand, very frightened. Then in the next morning, her parents came. Clara told them all about the figure. But her father laughed. You were dreaming, don't worry. You fell asleep by the fire, don't worry. Clara wanted to believe her father. But when she went to the backyard again, she still saw the footprints. So, then at the center, she saw something. Between the footprints, a black feather. She picked it up, and as she held it, again, a chill. That night, Clara searched for answers. So come on. ChatGPT, no, not internet, ChatGPT. Okay. She found an old legend about the Snow Watcher. Okay, the Snow Watcher is from the north of Europe. And it's a shadowy spirit who walks the earth during winter nights, searching for those who are alone on Christmas. Some say it's a protector, but some say it's a warning. Okay? And one thing is clear. Once the Snow Watcher finds you, it never truly leaves. So from that day on, every Christmas Eve, Clara saw footprints in the snow outside her window. And every year, the circle of footprints was smaller and smaller. And that's it. Thank you.